Now moving on to our next topic, which is water. Look at the next paragraph. This is also page number 88. Now, air, water is also needed by all living things. Now, as you know, like air and water is also needed by all living things. Food is there. We are not talking about food right now. We are talking about air and water, because in this topic we are not discussing about any food. So let us take air and water. Okay. So like air and water is also needed by all living things. So life is not possible without it. Okay. We use water in many ways, such as, already you have learned this, just let us revise. Now we use water in many ways, such as drinking, cleaning, washing, etc. There are many other things. We have studied this prior. Okay. Now the important source of water are what? Are lakes, seas, wells, ponds, rivers, etc. And rain is the main source of water. Okay. Now, just for example, see, there are few pictures given for you. Example of lake is here, example of a well, example of a river, and example of a rainy day. Okay? Can you see? Okay, very good. Now, let us move on. Now, different forms of water. Now, water is formed in three states of nature, that is, solid is in the ice form, liquid is in the water form, and gas is in the form of water vapor. So these are the three forms of water in nature. Now let us talk about solid, which is ice. Ice is the solid form of water. It has a fixed shape, right? When we put some water in the freezer of our refrigerator, after some time it changes into ice. Now when ice melts means pigalna. When ice melts, it again changes into the liquid form, that is water. Now if ice, water and water vapor are the three forms of water, ice and water vapor. They are the three forms of what? They are the three forms of what? Can you tell me? If you remember, I have just explained to you, they are the three states of water in nature. What are the three states of water in nature? One is water, the other one is what? Ice, and the third one is water vapor. So solid, liquid and gas are the three forms of what? Water. Right. Now let us take the next one, that is liquid. Liquid means the form of water. Now we use the solid form of water for what? We use the solid form of water for drinking purpose. Now washing and cleaning, etc., it has a definite shape. It takes the shape of a container into which it is poured. Pure water is colorless and odorless. Now colorless means no color, odorless means no smell. Just listen once again. I will read these two paragraphs again for you so you may understand better. Now let us revise it once more. Solid, that is the ice form. Ice is solid form of water. Ice is the solid form of water, and it also has a fixed shape. Okay. Now when we pour water in the freezer, you must be seeing there is a cartridge over there, a tray which has many cubes. We pour the water in that tray and we keep it inside the deep refrigerator. Okay. After some time you will see that water is converted and it has become blocks of ice. Okay. Now that is the solid form of water. Now if that you take out the tray and keep the tray out in the air, what will happen? That water will start, the ice will start melting again it will come into the water form. Okay, and that water, if we boil it, then it will take the shape, it will become water vapor. Okay, so this is just to explain to you. Now, when we put some water in the freezer or our refrigerator, after some time it changes into ice. Okay, now when ice melts, it again changes into the liquid form, that is water. Now thus ice, water and water vapor are the three forms of water. I am repeating this again and again for you, just for you to understand properly. So now I think you understood. Okay, so let us move on now. Now here liquid means the water form also. Now we use the liquid form of water for what? For drinking, for washing and cleaning, etc. Okay, now it has a definite shape. It has a definite shape means, and it takes the shape of a container into which it is poured. Definite shape means whichever we pour that water, it will take the shape automatically in the container or a mug or a bottle or a bucket. Okay, whatever is there, it will take the shape of that, because it is a liquid form. Wherever it is poured, it will take that shape. So that is why it is called the indefinite shape. So it is called the definite shape. It takes the shape of anything which is poured into. Now, pure water is colorless. Colorless means no color, and odorless means no smell. Clear? Now moving on to our next topic, that is the gas. Gas means water vapor. Now what happens when we boil the water? When the water is heated, it changes into water vapor. We can see these vapors coming out of the pot. Water vapor is the gaseous form of water, right? The process of conversion of water into water vapor on heating is called evaporation. Once more, the process of conversion means change. The process of conversion of water into water vapor on heating is called evaporation. Clear? Have you understood? Okay, now for example, you can take the help of your elder. Ask any elder to hold a cold plate over water vapor. Okay, so what we will experience there, in a few minutes we will see many drops of water deposited on the plate. How does this happen? Now, when water vapor touches the surface of the cold plate, it again changes into water drops. The process of conversion of water vapor into water drops is called condensation. Once again, the process of conversion of water vapor, the change of water vapor into water drops, is called condensation. Okay, clear? Now let's talk about water cycle. Are you ready? Now, the heat of the sun heats the water present in rivers, ponds, lakes, seas, etc., and converts it into water vapor. This water vapor mixes with the air and rises up in the atmosphere where the air is cool. Now, as the water vapor cools, it condenses into smaller drops. Now, these small water drops combine together. Turn your page number 90. They combine together and they form clouds. Now, when these clouds pass through even more cold air, okay, the water drop become big and heavy. Once more, when these clouds pass through even more cold air, then the water drops become big and heavy. These heavy and big water drops come on the earth in the form of rain. Now some parts of the rainwater seeps under the ground. Seep means go inside. Seeps under the ground, while most of the rainwater flows and fills the rivers, ponds, lakes, seas, etc. Now this water is again evaporated by the heat of the sun, and this is the process which continues and is known as water cycle. So this is the process of water cycle. Okay? Now before we finish, let us do a short recap of some important points. Now, when air blows or moves, it is called wind. The next point is, when the wind blows gently, it is known as breeze. When the wind blows fast, it is called gale. When the wind blows extremely fast and it rains heavily, it is called storm. The process of conversion of water into water vapor on heating is called evaporation. The process of conversion of water vapor into water drops is called condensation. Once more, the process of conversion of water vapor into water droplets is called condensation. So these are the few points. Now the reading of the lesson is over. Now let us come to the next page, that is page number 91. Okay, page number 91. Are you ready? The air is very cold at higher altitude. Sometimes when raindrops pass through this cold region, it freezes as snow and falls down to the earth or snow or hail, in the form of snow or hail. Now let us talk about weather. Why do we feel, or how do you feel on a summer day? Sometimes we feel very hot, we sweat, it is very sticky, the weather is humid. So how do you feel on a sunny day? We feel these things. We feel very hot. Why? Because the sun shines brightly and warms up the earth. Now in the evening, when the sun sets, we do not feel so hot. The sun, air and the water vapor in air affect the weather condition. Now mostly we see cold air in the morning. We feel the cold air in the morning and evening, and hot air in the afternoon. We know that the weather keeps changing every day. Some days are very hot and some days are very cold. So while on some days it is very rainy as well. Now season. When similar weather pattern continues for a few months at a place, then it is called a season. Now in our country, we have mainly three seasons. Now they are winter, summer and rainy season. They are the three main seasons in our country. Now let us talk about the winter season. Now in winter we know it is the coldest season. That is why we wear woolen clothes in winter, means warm clothes. Now in this season, the days are cold. Most places of our country are very cold during the winter season. We enjoy drinking hot things like coffee, tea, soup, etc. during the winter season. Now turn your page. Page number 92. Okay.